And these probabilities add up to 1, if you notice. You get 6 plus 6 plus 6 is 18, plus 2 is 20, so you do get 20 20ths, and it sums up to a probability of 100%. Well, in letter D makes it a little bit easier to answer, because now we want to know the probability that only one seat is filled by a candidate in favor. Okay, well, if only one is filled, that means either the first is filled by the first is in favor, the second is not, or the first is not and the second is. So that's this possible route, and that's 6 out of 20 times. So you want to know that 6 out of 20 plus, because this is a distinct event, we want one or the other. The probability that the first one doesn't vote in favor, and the probability that the second one does, which is 6/20. So 12 out of 20 times, or that comes out to 6/10. Divide that by 2, you get 3/5. So 3 out of 5 times, you will get into a situation in which one of the two candidates is in favor. Finally, what is the probability that at least one seat is filled by a candidate in favor of the landfill removal? So that means either one or more are in favor. So the probability that the number in favor is greater than or equal to 1. Well, that can either be one person's in favor or both are in favor. To be both in, one in favor, we already know that probability is 6 out of 20 plus 6 out of 20. The reason I'm writing it out again is because they're all in 20ths. And the probability where they both are in favor would be the other time here, which is 6 out of 20, which constitutes a total of 18 out of 20, which is equal to 9/10, or 90%. You'll also notice that rather than to do that, according to an earlier formula, we could just do the probability of number in favor greater than or equal to 1 is equal to 1 minus the probability that neither are in favor. So the probability that the first person is in favor and the second person is not in favor. Well, we could easily go back to our table and find that value, which is basically 2 out of 20 times. Okay, well, 1 minus 2 out of 20 is the same thing as 20 over 20 minus 2 over 20, which is 18/20, which is the exact same thing that we get if we were to do it the other way around, just by adding up all the events that we do want.